Hello, everybody. Welcome to EOS Hot Sauce, episode number 158. I'm your host, Dan Singjoy. I hope that you're having an excellent and wonderful day and you're excited for some really spicy news about EOS. Let's jump right into it. Also, welcome everybody in the chat. I see lots of excitement there. I hope everybody's doing well. So, first thing that we'll discuss is Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Etherum, praising EOS. Then we'll discuss the third official Eden election, Pomelo Grant collectible pack drop, Upland partnering with FC Porto, Bithum enabling EOS staking rewards, the Helios Hackathon upcoming, Recover Plus updates, and EOS Community Events. So the first topic that we will discuss is Vitalik Buterin praising EOS. So this was quite exciting news. So Vitalik Buterin wrote a tweet saying that EOS is Ethereum on steroids. This was in response to Josh Dark, who works for the Ethereum Foundation. He was asking, what is EOS? So Vitalik said, EOS is Ethereum on steroids. The name reflects the fact that the core team learned from Ethereum's amateurish naivety and idealism and built out a team of professional top talent software developers that create a smart contract platform with much higher scalability and speed. So many people like this and many people retweeted. This has caused quite a lot of attention for EOS throughout the crypto ecosystem. If you're not familiar with Vitalik, he is the co-founder, probably the main founder, and probably the most prominent leader, certainly the most prominent leader in Ethereum. He has over 4 million followers, and he's been very much a leader in the world and the blockchain space. He posts many great articles and many great videos and so forth, and he's really helped the blockchain space along, been an inspiration for so many people around the world. You can check out his website, of course, and see lots of different helpful articles. So it's really cool that Vitalik is praising EOS here and sharing this tweet. And the EOS community and many people in the blockchain space had really exciting responses. So for one thing, that was really awesome. We saw Yves Larose, CEO of the ENF, make a tweet saying how a lot of people are starting to pay attention to what's going on with EOS. He quote tweeted Vitalik's tweet and talked about how we're making a comeback and nothing can stop us now. So Eve shared a short thread here, which is really great and has lots of exciting information about how EOS is the most performant blockchain and how there's no other blockchain that's so performant, and how leadership was a problem in the past for EOS. But now with the leadership of the ENF and so many great leaders in the EOS community, the EOS community is leading the way and making an awesome comeback. So Eve also quote tweeted a message from Vitalik from a few years ago where Vitalik was praising EOS, but also saying that he didn't really like the snakes that were involved, which he kind of classified with Block 1. And now since Block 1's not really in the picture with EOS, there's a lot of development going with EOS. So I would definitely recommend checking out this thread where Eve is talking about all the development going with the EOS.io coalition, and then also with the Mandel release and what is happening with the development of EOS that's at all-time highs or just going really well. And then also with the Trust EVM, Eve also invited Vitalik to chat at ETH Toronto, which sounds really exciting. And I hope that Vitalik will take him up on that. And yeah, so there's lots of great tweets there. There's also a tweet responding there from Charles Bishop from Bishop Creations, inviting people to reach out. Of course, he's from EOS Support as well. And then German EOSBs and so many other people like Corvin, the founder of Liquid, a great gaming app on EOS, also recommended for Laura Shin, a popular podcaster, to invite Blockchain Zach Gall, and Yves Larose to speak with to talk about the new developments in EOS. So yeah, there are so many exciting developments that are going on. There's also Wendy. There's a lot of big influencers. Wendy's a influencer who has 300,000 subscribers and many subscribers on YouTube, and Yves Larose reached out to her. She was asking about EOS and trying to learn more about it. And then Yves also just reaching out to let people know that people can DM him anytime if there are influencers who want to help tell the story. There's also the ENF, who shared how EOS is more alive than it's ever been, and shared many great Everything EOS Weekly reports where you can learn lots of details that are going on. Each of these are very detailed with lots of exciting stories. And then there's also Nathan James, the new director of developer relations, who joined and reached out to Vitalik. So many tweets. I'm just giving you a quick overview right here because there's so much exciting things to show. Trust EVM, talking about how the most performant EVM in the world is coming with EOS. And then also Mel Pierce and Brennan Lovejoy and Areg, the the director of engineering also reached out to Vitalik too. So yeah, it was really cool to see all of these messages from Helios about the EOS VC firm, and Dan Larimer talking about Fractally, and then also EOS Marketplace with many great people working in South America and around the world with EOS, really showing the EOS community coming out in really just to show the world that hadn't been aware of EOS maybe, but following Vitalik, all these amazing things that are happening. There was also some funny tweets that Nathan James shared with funny memes, and the EOSBs also jumped on with a beautiful poster and then sharing some information. They also compiled a bunch of influencers who had been posting about EOS, and then yeah, so you could see many people with many followers reaching out and talking about EOS. So it's really cool. EOS has been building up all these amazing developments in kind of just heads down focusing on how to make the best developments possible. And now that there's attention placed on EOS with Vitalik, EOS community came very well prepared with many exciting articles and like a huge catalog of work and videos, and a community that's ready to show the world how EOS is ready to help the world and create huge benefits. So thank you to Yves for making this great thread, and everybody in the EOS community for showing Vitalik and everybody in the world what EOS is doing. And thank you to Vitalik too for shining a light on EOS and praising EOS. Very thankful. I'm a huge fan and I admire Vitalik very much. And it's great to see Vitalik promoting EOS and also Ethereum. EOS and Ethereum can work together super well, especially with the upcoming Trust EVM and all the other exciting developments going on, both EOS and Ethereum. So awesome stuff. Thank you, Vitalik. And really exciting to see. And thank you, EOS community. EOS, Ethereum on steroids, as he says, high speed, a much higher scalability and speed smart contract platform. So cool, that's that. And going back to the chat here, it's great to see everybody. Hot sauce, hope everybody's doing well. I see Oscar and Andrew and PPD and Nova Crypto and Sang and Martin and Ian. It's great to see everybody, and Vitalik is watching. I think Vitalik might be watching this and learning more about the EOS community, as will many other people from the Ethereum and broader blockchain space, which is awesome to see. We're also doing a party card giveaway too, so everybody can win some cool EOS NFTs. So to do that, you can go to the recent tweet on the EOS Nation Twitter account and type your EOS account name, and that will enter you in for a chance to win some EOS NFTs that are really awesome, such as the Boyd Avatar NFTs that we featured a couple weeks ago in the Hot Sauce, and the Pomelo Season 3 NFTs that we featured last week in the Hot Sauce. Recommend checking those out to learn more, and checking out this to enter for a chance to win some spicy NFTs. The next topic that we'll discuss today is the third official Eden election. So the third election will be held on July 9th. There were some technical difficulties and the website still needs to be updated, but it's happening on July 9th. So it's really exciting. I encourage everybody to come join the Eden election. It's really exciting and really helpful. It's Eden, for anybody who's not aware, is an excellent opportunity to build relationships and make friends, gain funding to build with EOS. So about 200,000 EOS in the Eden Treasury, and you can also help lead EOS and experience fractal governance and innovate with true democracy. Patrick from Nova Crypto put some great tweets out here inviting everybody. He also put out a cool video that you could check out to learn more. And also, of course, you can go to edenoneos.com to learn more about how Eden works. Then you can also sign up at genesis.eden.eoscommunity.org. And of course, this is based on More Equal Animals, an excellent book from Daniel Larimer. Congratulations to our new chief delegates, the chief delegates Brock, Michael, Chuck, Edgar, and Gracie, who have done a phenomenal job during the second Eden election term so far. There's been some big news that we'll briefly summarize here. So one of the big pieces of news is that Eden is now independent of unelected third parties. A couple weeks ago, Bywire News posted a kind of a declaration of independence because previously the Eden delegates did not own the keys. It was made by the Fractally developers, but now with coordination between the Eden chief delegates and the ENF and the block producers and the and Eve and the Fractally team, now those keys and the permissions are all in the control of Eden. So it is now independent, as you can see here on the Block Explorer. And so that's awesome to see the independence of Eden. Also, in addition, there was some bylaw amendments from the chief delegates, where you can see in the most recent chief delegate meeting number 11, where they talked about this, and also in the summarizing post to give a brief overview of some of the new bylaws. The treasury disbursements shall be 15% of Genesis Eden treasury each month. It was previously 5%, so this will provide more funding for Eden members to do great work for EOS. And there's also a new mission statement to create and enhance value for the EOS ecosystem and to ensure this organization's continuity. So really cool stuff going on here. You can check out in detail and read all about it in this post from Chris Barnes. And then in addition, there's also an Eden member services to help provide more structure to Eden to help service the EOS network and true democracy around the world more. You can check this out on Bywire News. There's a very detailed article where you can learn more about the Eden member services and 3 circles for election services and technology and communications and public relations to help grow Eden. There's also more details about potentially working with a organization working on EOS.io called Haifa DAO, which builds DAO tooling. So you can check out that call and then also Haifa to learn how Eden might use and benefit from this tooling. And then of course, you can also check out the Eden Chief Delegate calls on Odyssey. All the Chief Delegates have been doing great work every week meeting to build Eden and prepare for the future terms of Eden. And then you can also read summaries on the Bywire News for each of these Chief Delegate meetings. So lots of great stuff. I've really been enjoying following Eden since the beginning last year and this term. And Eden is, of course, doing amazing work that's incredibly helpful for the world. Fractal democracy, true democracy, fractal cooperation. Congratulations and thank you so much to Chief Delegates in term 2. It is appreciated so much. And I'm really looking forward to what happens in the 3rd term of Eden. And the next election is coming up on July 9th. So make sure that you register if you're interested in participating, and I highly recommend participating. Make sure you register at least 24 hours in advance, and I believe that you will need to re-register after the smart contract is updated as well. So check it out and also follow for updates too to make sure that you're registered correctly. And awesome stuff, Eden. Looking forward to the election and hope to see you there. The next topic that we'll discuss today is Pomelo Season 3 NFTs and the Grant collectible packs that dropped just this Tuesday. So the Grant collectible packs allow you to collect the top 20 grants from season 2, grants that are doing public goods to help EOS and EOS.io in the world. There's NFTs for each of these top 20 grants, and you can visit harvest.pomelo.io to join the adventure and purchase the grant collectibles. You can also learn more details about this in your guide to the Pomelo Season 3 adventure. And there's also beautiful artwork showing the Pomelo NFTs and people riding rockets, which is really fun, and carbon and green collectibles. There's information here about exactly how to buy and what the cost is for these different NFTs. You can purchase them on Atomic Hub, and you can also purchase them, as I mentioned, on harvest.pomelo.io, where you can also update your Pomelo profile picture as well. So you can update it with Diamond Pomelo NFTs for your borders, several NFTs, also Golden Pomelo NFTs and other NFTs from Pomelo Season 1. We're in 3 right now. Season badges, achievement badges, and there will be achievement badges for the top 100 donors, I believe, and the top 50 grant projects per season. So that's really cool, and beautiful artwork once again from Pomelo, of course, and also creator badges. And you can also set your Boyd avatar, which we featured in a recent Hot Sauce, as your picture for Pomelo. There's also a neat graphic that shows what is coming up for the Pomelo Season 3 adventure. So you can see how you can mix your carbon with your grant collectible packs, and then you can send rocket ships into space to help promote Pomelo and help fund public goods. Once again, all of the funding raised goes to help fund public goods with EOS.io and EOS and Pomelo. So that's really great. And then it also shows you how you can buy your carbon NFTs, and then you can mix them in this little yellow thing with all the bubbles to send the rockets into space with your rocket potion. So really cool stuff from the Pomelo team. And of course, there's also more that you can learn about the achievement badges here. And yeah, Pomelo Season 3 is starting on July 19th, and you can check out this article to learn more, as well as the article from last week to learn more about all the dates that are coming up. And so get your Pomelo pitches ready. And then also for public good owners, you can promote your pitches at 4 different places. You can check out this article to learn exactly how to do so at the Fireside Chat and Pomelo pitch deck interviews. There's also places for the Chinese and Korean communities to promote their grants as well. And then, of course, you can also learn more about Pomelo's recent seasons and the recent Everything EOS Weekly reports from June 27th. And then also, you can read about the success of Pomelo season 1 and 2, which was super helpful and created a lot of great funding to help fund public goods on EOS. So Pomelo season 3 NFTs, check them out, get your Pomelo NFTs and send some rockets into space and help fund and support public goods. And thanks so much to all the amazing public goods creators and Pomelo for putting this all together. The next topic that we'll discuss now is Upland partnering with FC Porto. So FC Porto, if you're not familiar with them, they're the largest soccer club in Portugal, and it is the first soccer club or football club, depending on where you're from, to integrate with the metaverse. Upland Me, if you're not familiar, is the #1 DApp on EOS with over 200,000 landowners and many more players. So this is a really cool partnership that will allow fans for another opportunity to interact with this legendary sports club through digital assets in the metaverse, in the Upland metaverse. The FC Porto will be the first football club to build its virtual stadium and create a collectible team with player NFTs. So that's really cool to see. Also, always love to see the llamas and the beautiful artwork from Upland. You can read more about this in the tweets. And then there's an article on Business Wire where you can learn many more details. And of course, you could see all the players. It'd be cool to see Upland and EOS featured throughout Portugal and working with sports around Europe and around the world. So that's really cool. Some great tweets from the founders. And also there was an excellent podcast that I really enjoyed listening to yesterday from Helios with the founder of Upland, or one of the co-founders of Upland, Dan Zuckerman, with Wax and Chris Barnes. Definitely recommend checking out this Helios Spotlight. They also had some really cool artwork too in the background that you can listen to. Kind of explained what exactly Pomelo is. It's a real world metaverse where people can purchase land and build businesses and so forth. It's really exciting. We've covered it in past Hot Sauce episodes, so check it out there, as well as their website, upland.me. They also talked about the daily trading volume and analytics and how this is super popular. Evil Rose put out a tweet last week about how EOS can handle 60 NFTs per second, no problem. And it's like super performant. Of course, no other blockchain can handle that. And it's enabled Upland to do incredible things, and they're building very fast. It's very exciting to see all their progress. You can check out, of course, upland.me to learn more about their project. And then you can also look at their partnerships with the NFL Players Associations. It's great to see this going on, and the new metaverse entrepreneurship, meta ventures, opportunities that are coming soon. Metaverse cars, Metaverse Motors. They opened up in Las Vegas and had Genesis Week recently with all sorts of like amazing art and amazing developments going on in Upland, powered by EOS with Queens and so forth. So it's awesome to see the developments with Upland. And yeah, it's really cool to see. Eve also put out some great tweets showing how it's built on EOS and how this is only possible on EOS, and very helpful. There's also another podcast you can listen to where they talk more about EOS. And overall, there's a lot of people hiring for EOS games, and Eves talks about DAGs, decentralized gaming guilds, and games like Upland and also Blankos and many more games are going to be able to really be empowered. They are empowered very much so with EOS right now. And it's really exciting to think about the future, what's going on with Upland and all these games. So way to go Upland, and way to go FC Porto. Love to see it. And I'm looking forward to maybe playing some football and checking out these stadiums and so forth in Upland. So awesome stuff. Thank you, Upland and EOS, for the amazing infrastructure that's being provided to Upland and FC Porto. The next topic that we'll discuss today is Bithum Bithum, the exchange, offering EOS staking rewards, which is a very big deal that will create a domino effect that benefits the EOS community. For people who aren't familiar with Bithum, it is one of the largest exchanges in the world. It's a Korean exchange, and it is this helps EOS very much for several reasons. So for one thing, this is the first, we had a very interesting discussion about this in the recent EOS Fireside Chat, and this is the first time that Bithum is offering yield for any asset. And the Korean regulations are kind of restrictive. They're pretty restrictive. And so it wasn't really possible in a lot of cases for these exchanges to offer yield. And the fact that yield is being offered now on Bithum is a huge attractor to EOS, and it will be really helpful for growing EOS, and will also help inspire many other exchanges to also think about and probably offer yield with EOS in the future as well. So there's a great tweet from Eve here where he explains how this is so important, and Bithum and Upbit also own quite a bit of EOS. So this will really help grow EOS in the Korean community and around the world. I recommend checking out this thread. Here's where Eve is talking about the foreshadowing that will likely happen everywhere across the world with our upcoming Yield Plus Liquidity Incentive Program. Of course, check out that and check out the previous episodes of Hot Sauce to learn more about Yield Plus. But overall, it's really exciting and really helpful to see this development with Bithum enabling EOS staking rewards as the first asset to where people can earn yield on this exchange. So you could also check out the EOS Fireside Chat to learn more about this. And then there was also some great clips that came out too, or they're coming out to learn more about this. So way to go, Bithum, and on to the next topic we go. The next topic is a Helios Hackathon. So this is kind of just a quick preview that we're giving you. More information will be released soon. But Helios, if you're not familiar, of course, they're a EOS incubator and venture capital firm who's doing great work for the EOS space. On this week's EOS Fireside Chat, Chris Barnes, who works with Helios, was speaking about the upcoming Helios hackathon, which basically it will be announced more soon. The hackathon has been in development for quite a while. Phoenix, a community member, was leading it, and Chris, as well as Sheds and many other community members, have picked up and are leading this hackathon. It's going to be an ideation hackathon with lots of exciting details coming soon, where people can build on EOS and learn more and earn for building on EOS. Of course, you can learn more about the hackathon in the April 4th Everything EOS weekly report. There was also a survey to learn more about exactly how we should design this hackathon, and in the May 30th weekly report. So check that out. And then, of course, Nathan James also just joined as the Nathan of Developer Relations, no, as the Director of Developer Relations, and he's also speaking about building hackathons too. So there might be some collaborations with Helios, and I'm looking forward to seeing these developments. And the hackathon, very much keep an eye out, and we'll probably feature it in the coming weeks as more details are released. The next topic that we'll discuss also very briefly is Recover Plus updates. So a couple weeks ago, we mentioned the release of the Recover Plus Blue Paper. Recover Plus is a working group and community initiative that was started to help the community establish a formalized hacking incident response process, and using the unique advantages of DPoS to make safer and more secure apps for all. There are some good updates this week. So in the Fireside Chat, we heard from Eve LaRose. There was about a 40-minute conversation with Eve and Zach and a bunch of other community members talking about how Recover Plus would be so helpful for EOS. So you can check that out. The link's in the description. And then there's also a great clip that was released by the ENF where Zach was talking about this, I believe, 2 weeks ago as well. So Recover Plus is set to deliver an additional layer of security by introducing an unprecedented asset recovery framework. So it's really exciting to see. And of course, this is very needed as over $1.7 billion has been exploited from DeFi protocols this year alone. So you can check out the full Recover Blue Plus paper, of course, at eosnetwork.com to learn more, and then check out the links in the description to see those tweets and all the exciting updates. And finally, the last topic that we'll discuss today is the EOS Community Events. So there's many exciting EOS Community Events. One is the Futurist series from Helios, where they recently interviewed Brock Pierce and Patrick Lowry. These are happening bi-weekly, I believe, every Wednesday at, I believe, 17 UTC. And you can listen to the past recordings on the Helios Twitter account. Also, of course, the Mandel launch meetings are happening every week. They're on meeting 21, where EOS community leaders are developing the future of the EOS software. And you can catch up on all the videos on the Everything EOS playlist. And you can also check out the new article for mitigating lost transactions on EOS.io. Really insightful article written by, I believe, Andrew Ware, to help make EOS more performant for all. And then, of course, there's also EOS.io Coalition videos where you can track the exciting process there. Lots of development going on every week in EOS. And then everybody can join and participate in many exciting community events as well, such as the EOS Community Fireside Chat at 19 UTC every Wednesday, where you can talk with Eve and Zach and Brendan Lovejoy and so many great EOS community members. And you can, of course, check out the full Fireside Chats and also short clips and playlists on the Everything EOS channel. Of course, there's also the EOS Support Giveaway Show, which they started doing a month ago. And these are excellent shows hosted by Charles Bishop. These provide a great opportunity for newcomers to EOS to learn about the exciting news in EOS and talk with friendly faces to learn more about EOS. These are happening every Thursday at 16 UTC. Definitely recommend checking them out. And we also have the Eden Fractal every Wednesday at 13 UTC, where you can earn EOS, respect, and NFTs by helping Eden and EOS. We're on to week 3 right now, and these events have been super exciting. You can learn more at edenfractal.com. And you can also check out the videos and past events on the Eden Creators channel and the Everything EOS Weekly Report from a few weeks ago as well. So hope that everybody can join these EOS community events. Another one that we have is the Eden Town Halls every Sunday at 16 UTC, sponsored by Bywire News. You could check out the past videos from there and join the Eden Discord to join the conversations. Many exciting discussions, especially with the upcoming Eden election coming up next in like a week and a half now, or like a week actually. And then finally, as we were saying before, we have the Eden election coming up on July 9th. There will be about 200,000 EOS to fund EOS project, and it's an amazing way to meet EOS community members and help build EOS. You can learn more about that at edenoneos.com and genesis.edencommunity.com, or I believe the link is on eden.eos.com, edenoneos.com. That's July 9th. And then lastly, we have the Helios blockchain and breakfast Twitter spaces coming up in about a half hour. I'll be joining this event and we'll be discussing ETH and EOS and EVM, maybe the Vitalik tweets as well. We'll have a fascinating discussion, I'm sure. These have been really exciting Twitter spaces, so I encourage everybody to come join. I see lots of excitement in the chat as well between Nova Crypto and Oscar. I don't know if I'll have a chance to read everything right now. Moro, saying it's great to see everybody, and Chuck, absolutely, Eden election is next Saturday, coming up very soon. Mark your calendars and make sure you register at least 24 hours in advance. I hope to see you all there, and I hope to see you all at the Helios Twitter Spaces coming up at a half hour as well. Thank you everybody so much for joining us on this week's Hot Sauce, and thank you to all the incredible builders in the EOS community, and Vitalik, of course. Shout out to Vitalik. And yeah, I'm thrilled about all the exciting processes going on, and I'm thrilled for the opportunity, honored to be sharing with you here on the Hot Sauce. I hope to see you all at the Helios Twitter Spaces and the Eden election coming up next Saturday, and all the amazing EOS community events this week. Until next week's Hot Sauce episode, remember to keep it spicy, everybody. Like, subscribe, and share to help grow EOS. And thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Have a great day, everybody. See you, and go EOS. Go Eden, go Helios Twitter Spaces.